Hello there, and welcome to part 3 of the Human Fire Elementalist. I'm Icon, and we're gonna play some Lair tonight. We just started out here. Last time I quit the run there. And for the first thing tonight, I want to put up a macro for my fireball. But I want to do a special macro here. So it's the letter E. We'll press the tilde key and go for 3. I'm going to redefine this to that. I'm going to not use the dot this time because I want to be able to manually aim this fireball whenever I cast it. But this saves some tedium out of this situation. That's the idea here. So, unidentified amulets. They're always a bit scary, but I don't have an amulet yet. It's regen. Alright, that's cool. I'm always afraid of the harm amulets because the draining hurts spellcasters especially hard. But I felt like if it was harm, well, I would try to survive it. I don't know. Felt like taking a risk there. And regeneration is definitely worth the risk. Helps a lot against all this poison stuff down here, while not having any means of poison resistance at my disposal. But I have 7 potions of curing, so I don't feel like that's gonna be too much of a problem here. Alright, the Lair. Lair features a lot of hard-hitting enemies, especially if you're running a low AC character. Speaking of hard-hitting stuff, that's the first of them. Spiny frogs are really obnoxious guys, because they are fast and swim extremely quickly too. This means running from them is simply not possible, and there's the second guy of them. Alright, so I'm gonna drop down some flame here. And sticky flame this guy, throw a little flame, sticky flame him, and start kiting. I mean, he will get attacks on me, but he will get less attacks on me than if I would stand in his face. I would take more damage from him. That's what I'm trying to say here. While I'm kiting, I can at least negate a bit of the damage while the sticky flame does the job. Alright. Well, I'm gonna put the sticky flame also on a macro here, because I feel like this is a lot easier since I use this spell a lot. You can shake around your macros as needed. And I tend to rework my macros along the run quite a bit. So let's sticky flame this guy, and now I can sticky flame simply by pressing 4, which is pretty comfortable. And right now I'm using sticky flame against anything that's having high HP and hitting hard. Oh, hello there. There's a Hydra. Hydras are not as dangerous as they are for other characters for me, because Hydras are moving normally at a normal speed. This means sticky flame will eventually kill them off, but I'm gonna throw in a few fireballs beforehand and try to shake off the moccasin. Nope, didn't work out. Okay, so let's go for the fireball work. Sticky flame this guy and start kiting. I take 1 shot from him in this scenario, but I felt like with 87 HP I can risk getting hit once by a Hydra. That's okay. And turns out I was right. And again, the virtual mana Sivmuna provides with the skill is really helping me out a lot. There's a trident lying around. As much as I'm interested in the long run in a pole arm, nah. I'm just gonna stick to the scimitar for now. Feels like a good thing to wear. A Rhyme Drake. Their range attack hurts a bit. If it hits, that is. Alright. Turns out I do enough damage to kill off these guys down here pretty easily. This is where overconfidence might set in. I don't like that. Overconfidence is very dangerous as a spellcaster. So there's a yak horde. Let's deal with it properly. I'm gonna go to this corner and use the wand of digging to create this. Oh, perfect. And now I can kill them off pretty easily with the Conjure Flame. I have a good spot here. They either walk into the flames and get killed really quickly, or they stand there and let me pelt them down with the Flame Tongue spell. Alright. So these things, these kill holes here are really valuable, because if I ever run into a big group of yak or elephants or something like that, I can use this corner again to guarantee that I will only have one of these guys in my face, which is the best thing that I can manage here. I fell through a shaft. Alright, let's go. Luckily I only fell one floor. These shafts are pretty harmless. I want to get rid of these fruits. They take up a lot of inventory space always. Alright, let's get upstairs here. I wasn't finished here. A new scroll. So I want to check out which scrolls are left by now. Still a lot of good stuff. Fog. Okay. Okay, now we can go downstairs. Well, fuck. The question is, do I try to go down here and separate these guys, or do I flee upstairs immediately? I feel like fleeing upstairs immediately is way safer to go. I will take both of them with me with this, but I don't want to stand next to this Hydra like that. Alright, so we got rid of the Moccasin, now we gotta deal with the Hydra. I want to look for some narrow spot I could cut off with the Conjure Flame, but this might work. Oh, it ignores the Conjure Flame. I'm gonna put it on fire and start running a bit. Yeah, alright. Bit scary though. What a mean downstairs this was. So with other spellcasters with lower HP, this would have been a lot more dangerous. In this scenario, I would have blinked immediately out of this if I had less HP. Still was a bit risky though. Those Hydra can pack a really big punch here. So for this run, my goal is to achieve a simple 3-rune win, and eventually try to achieve a streak of at least 3 wins. That's my next goal to achieve, a goal I never have achieved before, so hey, it's recorded. Okay, so there's a swamp worm. I gotta deal with that immediately. These guys are also quick, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, they're fast. This makes them extremely obnoxious and good spot for a fireball. And this section actually marks the entrance to the swamp, if I'm not wrong. This should be the entrance to the swamp. So what's up with Iron Shot? It's 30% by now. Let's have a look at my training. Looking not too bad. I'm still gonna keep training spellcasting, because right now my spell hunger on the good spells is pretty high. I wanna decrease that by a lot. For now, I'm gonna exclude this area. You can exclude by pressing Shift X, and then when you're then you're getting this layout, and then when you press E, you can exclude certain areas, and you can get rid of them if you go on them again and press E, or press Control E or Shift E to remove all exclusions. Whatever. It's very useful to exclude some areas from time to time because I don't want to run into that by Auto Explorer. Those swamp worms are dangerous. And as far as I remember, this tile set does provide a few more of those. Alright, so another Hydra. I'm not gonna use weaker spells than the Fireball here. And oh damn, I didn't need this Mamba. I really didn't need this Mamba. Mambas are really spooky stuff. As you're noticing, this thing dealt a lot of damage to me in a very short amount of time, and they're highly poisonous and pretty fast overall. Black Mambas are the most dangerous piece of snake you can meet down here overall. Take them seriously. They're even worse than spine frogs in terms of danger. Alright. Almost was afraid that I had to use a heal wounds or something like that there. A basilisk. These guys suck. But luckily I'm wearing a resistance to magic item, which means I can hope for this 13% chance. And there goes Fireball, a very effective spell. As you might have noticed, it even kills Hydras pretty decently, and overall a very mighty tool. What do we have here? More good earth magic. Yeah, why not? Bolt of Magma, that's actually really good for me. Least rapid deconstruction is also pretty useful, but I'm gonna learn this Bolt of Magma immediately if I can. Yeah, it's already on a sitting on a very good spot. Awesome. Alright, so going for the equal sign, and I'm gonna adjust my spellcasting here. I'm gonna put the Bolt of Magma on the spot where the Flame Tongue was. This way, the old macro will still work, but I need to redefine this macro. I'm gonna leave the dot because, oh wait, I'm gonna optimize it like I did with the Fireball, because I want to aim this spell whenever I cast it, because it's a line shot. It passes through several enemies, and I want to optimize my damage output. It's not good to auto-fire these spells, because they will only hit the closest target, and that's not what you want to do with those spells. Anyways, it's cool to at least save a few clicks every time you cast this spell. And there's Herald, accompanied by a basilisk. Pretty spooky, eh? Got petrified, but Herald didn't wake up. That's why I leisurely can walk away here. I have scrolls of ID, I didn't notice. Let's ID some potions. That's mutation out of the run. It's really good. And degeneration out of it. It's awesome. This means I can quaff ID now, because degeneration and mutation are those two potions you don't want to blow up accidentally. So I can use this double, and it's agility. Let's use this on Herald. I'm gonna Fireball him first. I'm gonna Fireball him again. Ah, he's using a ranged weapon. A polearm. Oh, got struck by a net, but he's done so. He has a wand of Ice Blast. Awesome. And a bunch of Hell Rats. Not too cool. Not too cool. Let's burn down this Rhyme Drake. Hell Rats are really obnoxious because of their draining aspect. And I really respect draining as a spellcaster. It affects your chances of casting spells successfully, and this is just obnoxious if you can't cast your spells anymore. This hits you way harder than any melee character here, because yeah, it's pretty obvious. I mean, it's not cool to use your weapons worse, sure, but it doesn't kill you directly, like not being able to use your Fireball anymore or something like that. Although with this Wizardry Ring, I'm pretty protected from that. Overall, this run has been blessed by RNG pretty good so far. Oh, the porcupine triggered a shaft for me. Let's have a look at these items again. I mean, so far, this is a very, very nice setup for a spellcaster. I'm only lacking a helmet. Got equipped for every slot. Very good unique ring. Even very good for a spellcaster, so that's really lucky overall. And there's my first Komodo. These guys are also very good to kill with Sticky Flame. Sticky Flame is a very, very good multi-tool for hard-hitting stuff. I found a book of conjurations. Is there anything in there I want to use? I don't think so. Although Fulminant Prism is a very good thing to have. But I don't feel like I want to rely on that. And I still carry around this Book of Flames. I'm going to drop that. I don't see me using Inner Flame too soon. Oh, so there goes a new double potion. That was invisibility. Awesome. Invisibility has a very niche use for me, but whenever you need to use invisibility, it's awesome to have it. A Steam Dragon. And that's only resistant to steam. Alright. It shouldn't be too much of a problem. I just noticed that I didn't pick up this one of Ice Blast from Harold there. There it is. And I left a few scrolls and potions there too. Alright. This little guy is always hungry. Another Wand of Flame. I'm gonna drop the auto pickup for that. I don't see too much use for them. So let's get into the training menu again. Iron Shot is slowly working towards being castable. And what about the invocations? Channel Magic is a 12% chance. I want to have that higher. This is not enough for my taste. Potions of Brilliance. Excellent. These are always nice to have because you can increase your chances of succeeding at higher level spells for a short time with those, and sometimes it's really awesome. Imagine Iron Shot against a very dangerous unique. Would be excellent to have that already. Although with 22% it's pretty much castable by now. Another Wand of Ice Blast. I really feel like I want to level up some evocations because I got a few good items here lying around. Okay, double Hydra time. I'm kiting this away a bit because the Hydra back there was still sleeping. I want to use this to my advantage here. Not being forced to fight two Hydras at once. Oh, let's use a Fireball here. Okay, this is getting out of hand a bit. Standing right next to the seven-headed Hydra really makes me spooked. I want to blink. I really want to blink here. Because with those HP, I could actually die from a single hit. I don't want to risk that. Not like this. Don't want to die randomly to a Hydra standing next to me. Oh, and there's another of those swamp worms. Shouldn't he catch up eventually? I mean, it's fast. I'm not fast. Ah well. Let's give him a Fireball and a Sticky. And there's all these swamp worms running around here on this level now. With the Sif Muna buff, it's really cool to be able to cast and kite pretty well. Alright, time to get rid of the exclusions. With Control E, you can remove all the exclusions you made before. And there's an electric eel. It's nothing to worry about. Alright, so this means we have a swamp on this run. It's not bad. It's really not bad, considering I'm heavily focused into fire magic. This means I am able to use the water tiles to my advantage. Ugh, don't like this situation at all. Yeah, right. I don't want to blink like that, but I feel like I gotta do it. Let's check if this water elemental can distract the Hydra a bit for me. It's actually killing it off. I don't want a random die like that. Okay, so it's burning now. It should die. Alright. Was a dumb move to take the stairs. I shouldn't have made. I shouldn't do mistakes like those. Do it better like me here. Oh, okay, never mind. This one is pretty spooky too. So, blink frogs hit like a truck, but the erratic movement makes them pretty vulnerable to sticky flame. So I'm gonna exclude these stairs. This is getting too spooky here. Okay, so I got this. And I got that. That's the best one. If you're wondering how you can do this, to look what's behind the staircase, I feel like this is one of the most valuable tools. I'm gonna show it after the X. We're gonna proceed with the tutorial after a short episode of Yak. Stay tuned. Alright, so it works like this. First off, you go for Shift X to enable this funny little mode. Then you mouse over a staircase, and with this function you go downstairs. With this button you go upstairs. It's really important to know that you can actually look downstairs before going downstairs. This is one of the things I learned from my online crawl times, and never knew while playing the offline version that stuff like this works in the game. But it's a real lifesaver. And I'm actually not using this often enough, but well, practice makes perfect, right? Let's burn down the Yak. Alright. These guys kept me quite busy. So let's get back to this Hydra infested Lair 3 level. I mean, that was sure quite a bunch of Hydra down here so far. Alright, back to the Komodo. I could conjure flame him, but these enemies tend to just walk into the flames, and I don't want to stand next to Komodo Dragon. I don't feel tanky enough for stuff like that. A Naga, these are really easy to kill with sticky flame because I'm faster than them. I can just attach the sticky flame and run away. And they're done so. Alright, Iron Shot slowly getting there. Let's have a look at the channel magic. I still want to train this a bit. So this Naga tells me that we're having a swamp and snake pit combo. Well, snake pit, personally, I feel like is one of the more dangerous places as a spellcaster to go, because this area features a lot of high HP Nagas, and yeah, I don't like areas with lots of high HP enemies as a spellcaster, because you burn through your resources pretty quickly there. And yeah, the Nagaraja, former known as Greater Naga a few versions ago, are also pretty dangerous because they have pretty nasty teleport spells. And yeah, swamp is more okay for me, but maybe I'm wrong, don't know yet. We're gonna see how this works out. Berserk Rage potions, carrying around a huge stockpile of those. No, we don't wanna keep this rolling here. No. So let's put this on. It's a cloak of invisibility. That's really cool. Yeah, certainly a game where I want to level up evocations. And that's another thing which is really nice about humans. You can dabble into everything that falls into your hands and learn it all equally quick or slow. Depends on the perspective, I'd say. But overall, evocations with this stockpile of good wands and now this cloak of invisibility feels like a good idea to do so. Ouch, these spiny frogs hurt. Alright, Lair 4. But with all these, this invocation training, my mana pool actually got to a point where I feel it's bearable. Which is actually really nice. Still gotta be careful though, I'm only sitting on one blinking scroll and that's really not much. And this whole Hydra situation back there really, like this, showed me that this area can still kill me off pretty quickly. That's the thing with overconfidence. And overconfidence hits spellcasters especially hard, because I'm actually a lot of paper. I don't have high AC values to mitigate all this damage. Wow, this is some Hydra Lair. And here I can adjust the hitbox of the fireball with this kind of macro way better than if I would program the macro to have a dot at the end of it. I would just bluntly fire those fireballs at the enemies just like they come. And it's not good. It's really not good. Alright, we're gonna ID this digging wand, and I just decided that this blowgun can go. As useful as Kurari needles might be, my inventory is getting crowded up, and I don't want to have that. With my decision of going into evocables, my inventory space suddenly got a lot more limited. Elephants. Overall, one of the meanest enemies you can face as a spellcaster, but with Sticky Flame, stuff like that gets a lot more easy to manage, because I can basically just kite and burn them. Normally at this point of the game, your spellcasters would not have access to enough spell points and enough destructive magic at once to finish off a pack like this without stair dancing, but yeah, well, the Sticky Flame does a lot of work here, and oh, actually starving. Let's change that. And since I never run out of mana thanks to Sif, this is pretty easy to do. That's why right now I always would prefer Sif over Vehumid actually. I mean, you can play Vehumid, he's a good god. No question here. But I feel like with this new Sif Muna's ability, well, maybe Vehumid could get a little reworking love too. Because Vehumid offers you access to destructive magic along the piety progress, which is cool. And he offers you regain of magic points when killing stuff. But with this new Sif Muna ability, I don't feel like it's so much of an advantage over Sif Muna. A Lindworm. Let's get back to this game. It's not immune to fire. That's weird. I was actually thinking it would be immune to fire, but no, they're not immune to fire. Anyways, I would have used a Brilliance Potion and the Iron Shot if this guy turned out to be fire resistant. But okay, I always thought like lindworms should be fire resistant or immune. Well, after playing this game so many years, there's always a little thing you don't know yet. Alright. Overall, this Lair run is pretty good to me. Question will be still what's down there at the ending. The endings of the Lair are always something to take seriously. Some of them are really dangerous for certain builds. And there's a helmet, so this fills up my armor inventory completely. Awesome. I have ancient armor at my disposal. Do I want to do that? No. There's nothing lying around here I really want to enchant. Although the +1 AC would be pretty nice, but I want to keep that for some good magic gear. Like a good magical leather armor or something like that. Speaking of which, did I find any good leather armors yet? No. Sadly. That's really sad. Oh, what's this ghost? A troll fighter of Okawaru. Huh. Maybe he chunked a Hydra or two too much. I don't know. So what are we gonna do with this guy? I feel like those 45 damage on every hit, they sound really, really dangerous. And there's the next ghost. What's this guy doing? Okay, we gotta teleport out of this. Although, I'm tempted to blow up those holy word scrolls I'm carrying around. Let's try one. This might be winnable. I want a brilliance. And haste beforehand. Alright. Now we can blow them up with fireballs. Okay. So, I wanted to get rid of the mage as quick as possible, because I felt like this guy was the biggest threat here. And do I really need to brilliance? Oh, no. We can iron shot safely enough by now. Alright. Looked a bit spooky for a moment when this guy started firing destructive magic at me. And what is this level? Alright. A Minotaur Berserker. So this level is full of ghosts. A lot of themed floors. So let's try to iron shot him down. Oh, this doesn't work too well actually. So I'm gonna try to kite iron shot him a bit. This might work while falling back to the next upstairs, in case something weird happens. And again, this feels a bit broken to me because I can spam out my spells just like that. I feel like I don't want to speak it out loud, but I feel like this ability should use at least a bit of piety. This feels very, very strong. That's all I want to say. I want to get rid of this Ram Drake. And ooh. Okay. I don't like what I see here. So let's pop a Scroll of Fear. I feel like this is the safest way to deal with this. Still want to get rid of this Ram Drake. So let's see if I can zap him down with the Flame Wand. Alright, he's gone. Death Yak is still chasing me. Alright, a bunch of Blink Frogs. Just what I needed. I'm gonna Fear Scroll again. Because I simply want to get out of here for now. Fear Scrolls are one of your best tools for the Lair. I really want to point that out, how useful these scrolls are, especially down here in the Lair. And more often than not, I tend to use them very often down here, and I feel like it's okay to use up your stockpile of fear scrolls you might have collected until hitting here, because yeah, you will face a few areas which are also good for the use of fear scrolls, but I feel like Lair is the genuine place to save your life with these things, to scare off all these animals with low MR values to run into safety. Because one thing about the Lair, it has a very high density of quick enemies. That's something not every area of this game can show off. Because you will face all these frogs, they're quick, snakes are quick. Yeah, those are already pretty dangerous enemies. Killer bees are also super quick and from time to time show up as vaults down here. Spell Forged Servitor, Firestorm, well, Firestorm. Bolt of Cold, not too interested in, but well, I feel like Sif provides me better tools here than the Humid could ever do for me. This is ideal. The thing is, I have already access to 2 level 9 spells, which, well, if you're playing a 3-rune game, don't aim for level 9 spells. That's really not needed. I feel like the Spellforged Servitor would be the only tool I would need to clear out Zod with. No problem at all. But let's see how this will work out. I feel like if this stuff is going that well, maybe I'm gonna try another 50-rune game. But we would need a lot more luck to achieve that. Right now, I don't want to press it too much. Right now, I feel like being more in the mood for trying another streak, but yeah. Sometimes runs are just too good to let them end on 3 runes, but well, we're gonna see how this will work out. Maybe I'm gonna blow up myself and this is all hubris and I'm gonna die a horrible death. This episode, the next, or something like that. It's one thing that I've learned about this game. Overconfidence is, well, the main source of deaths on experienced crawl players. Because a lot of stuff you know better and still you don't do it better. Because you get lazy or something like that. At least for me that happens a lot. Alright. Just like this floor, I'm not taking it serious enough anymore. But I feel like after killing 3-player ghosts and all this stuff showing up after that, maybe this level is done with torturing me. Alright, I was right. This level was done with torturing me. Lair 6, it's time for the ending. I like to magic map ending floors, and it's either the wild animal forest or the Spriggan forest. Wild animals would be not too much of a problem. Spriggans? Oh well, I have Fireball. Nothing to worry about too much. Okay. What about all this? So I feel like Earth magic doesn't need to be focused anymore. I feel like I want to focus into conjurations. Invocations is at a very good spot now too. I don't need to do that anymore. So I feel like I'm gonna leave it like that for now. I want to bring the Iron Shot at a reliable level and then head into some evocation training for a moment until I achieve enough spell levels to grab the Spellforged. I feel like this is the best thing I could do. I could also learn Pass Wall. Some utility might be in order, but nah, don't feel like it. famous last words. I don't need no utility. Bring me more damage. I just noticed that I can already learn the spell Fortress Servitor. Because I'm carrying around Amnesia Scrolls. And I don't need Flame Tongue anymore. I really don't need Flame Tongue anymore. This spell is not needed anymore. So we can learn it now. An amulet. I'm not going to put it on. I have a good amulet on my neck here. And until I have harm ruled out, I'm not going to put on unidentified amulets. Thank you, good sir. I don't want to get drained. Although the curiosity is killing me. Hello there, slime pit. Alright, we're getting there. So, hornets. Very, very uncomfortable fellas. They can paralyze with their poison. That's why I immediately fire these fireballs into it, because they have pretty high evasion. I don't want to mess around with that. Alright. A human earth elementalist. Alright. So he didn't manage to do the job. What's up with this black bear? Why doesn't he get closer? Weird. Okay. I don't have holy word scrolls anymore, but I felt like this was a good use of them. To be quite honest, I tend to forget these scrolls eventually, and feel like once I remember them when facing an ancient lich or something like that, I feel like, they're not strong enough anymore to deal with stuff like that. And yeah. I think these scrolls are super useful for the tomb though. I feel like that's their best use. Although I gotta admit, I never tried the tomb yet. This area was never on my list so far. Alright. Okay. Seems like this is the layout with the Spriggans. Spriggans are pretty dangerous because of their high EV ratings, but Fireball is a wonderful tool at this point. Well, unevadable damage. Gotta love it. And I feel like if you're going for some Blaster Caster run, it's always a good idea to stockpile at least one spell which doesn't check evasion rating. This is really handy, that's all I want to say. Iron Shot hammers down the Earth Elementalist Ghost. I feel like this is nice and ironic to kill the Earth Elementalist with this spell. Okay. A Boggart. Oh, I hate these guys. But Boggarts are also very easy to kill with Fireball, and that's all the value you can take out of this wonderful spell. Because Boggarts are really dangerous summoners, but they have very low HP. And yeah, that's basically all I want to say. They have very low HP, and Fireball doesn't check EV. Since Boggarts are dangerous down until the depths, you face a lot of Boggarts down the depths. This shows off the long-term value of the Fireball spell pretty good. And if you ever run into this spell on your spellcasting runs, even if you're started out as a different elementalist or something like that, it's worth taking into consideration to use this. Guardian Spirit, hell no. This is one of the things you never want to wear as a spellcaster, quite obviously. Yeah, it's the Spriggan Forest. This is very dangerous because there's there should be one Spriggan Druid in it. And if you ever face this Spriggan Druid in the... Wow, an acid blob. I don't have resistance from corrosion, do I? No. Okay. So this is the point where I just... most likely just gonna hit the upstairs button and forget about this floor for now. Because I don't feel like I'm strong enough to kill off an acid blob just like that. These things are highly dangerous enemies and belong to the slime pits. I mean, I could try to fire down a fireball or two and flee upstairs. But they're quick. And I don't want to risk dragging this guy upstairs. This is too dangerous for my taste. Alright, so no, I'm not gonna finish Lair 6 for now. Not until I have resist corrosion at my disposal. I don't want to blow up myself on that acid blob, and believe me, this thing is that dangerous. The combination of high acid damage and high movement speed is really insane. You can't do that 100% safe on XL14 without resist corrosion. Nah, not gonna happen. So we're done with the Lair for now. That's okay. Maybe I'm gonna come back later and show this blob who's boss. But for now, we're done with the Lair. Awesome. I mean, I found a lot of good stuff down there. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. But the main gains were those spellbooks and a few evocables too. I mean, I think I found this cloak of invisibility down in the Lair. It's also a very good item. Awesome. Okay, Iron Shot is slowly getting there, but I want to have it on a good percentage before I drop it. Although I feel like I could drop the Earth Magic already. But considering that there's no other Earth spell I want to learn, no, I really can turn that off. I really can turn that off. I think we're getting there with pure conjurations leveling. Good. Yeah, I like it more like that. So what about shields? I found a large shield in D9. The thing about large shields, they require a lot of investment to work for you. 25 is a lot. And on the other hand, I am having a wizardry buff. I'm gonna think about that. So that's D11. And that's the point where I'm gonna end this episode for today. Because I feel like this is a good spot. I did the Lair, I survived all this. And yeah, right now I feel like I have all the tools I need to successfully finish a 3-rune game without too many problems. Yeah, feels doable, but we're gonna see if I'm gonna kill myself along the way somehow. I don't know yet. All right, hope you're gonna enjoy your time until the next time, and yeah, bye bye, and see you guys soon.